I just want to know two things. Who asked for this movie, and why the hell was this movie made? So today I'm going to be reviewing Deep Blue Sea 2. Now, alright, the reason I watched this was I saw the trailer. The trailer looked interesting. I was a big fan of the first Deep Blue Sea. So I'm like, alright, this is straight to DVD, so I don't have any high hopes for this movie at all. But I was expecting like a Sharknado, like just cheese fest type of experience where it's dumb, but it's fun. I wanted to have fun with this movie like I had with the first one, even though I know it was going to be nowhere near as good as the first one, but I did want to have fun in this movie. This movie is no fun at all. Zero. This movie tried to take itself seriously, and that's where it went wrong. It tried to be serious. It tried to have an actual serious plot, and a movie that's straight to DVD like this, that really has limited budget and really no star power behind it, and it's called Deep Blue Sea 2, a sequel to a movie that was made almost 20 years ago. That was a B movie in itself. It shouldn't have took itself so seriously, and it did, and it's almost laughable how serious it takes itself. But because it tried to take itself seriously, it took all the fun elements out of it. Now, the sharks in this movie, for the most part, at first, they looked like shit, okay? You could tell it's CGI. It's something right out of sci-fi. Maybe one shot or two, it looked kind of real. Matter of fact, there was really one good shot in this movie. I'll give it that. It was one really good shot where somebody gets killed, and reminiscent of the first one where the chick got killed, where the shark came up under her, and he was like, you know, he had her by the cojones, and she was like reaching up like this, and then, you know, the shark pulled it down. It was similar to that shot, but I think they did it better in this movie. That was the only good thing I can say about this. The sharks look bad. It's basically a rehash of the first movie. Like, there's the scientist guy who, I don't know the actor's name, but he was the guy that almost kicked Morgan Freeman's ass and Lean On Me. That guy.
You give me the goddamn respect you would damn well want yourself, or I will kick your black ass!
He's a scientist. He's trying to come up with performance enhancers for the brain to make you smarter, to elevate the human brain, because he feels like AI is going to take over and computers are going to become so smart where mankind is going to become extinct, and he wants to prevent this from happening. So he tries to create this drug to make us so much smarter than the computers, where the computers will never overthrow us. That's the reasoning behind experimenting on the sharks, giving these sharks these drugs, and of course the sharks become smart. But I guess the producers and the writers and the director said, you know what, we're going to make this like Deep Blue Sea, but we're going to add a twist to it. Instead of having these sharks do all the killings, we're going to have one shark be pregnant and give birth to a bunch of baby sharks, and the baby sharks are going to do most of the killing. You heard me right. I didn't stutter. Baby sharks. Yes, one of the sharks give birth to a bunch of baby sharks that look like bad CGI piranhas, and they do majority of the killing in this movie. And the baby sharks look so bad. The CGI is so cartoonish, and just like, even to 90s standards, they're bad, okay? They did bite off the first one as far as the killings, and somebody did get Samuel Jackson, okay? If you watch the first Deep Blue Sea, the way Samuel Jackson went out, they basically did that whole scene all over again. So look, only thing I can tell you is avoid this movie at all costs. Check out something else, okay? There are a lot of movies out there. There's a lot of good movies on Netflix. Do not waste your time with Deep Blue Sea 2. Just throw it in the Deep Blue Sea where it belongs. I don't know what Warner Brothers was thinking. They already have Meg about to drop. So with Meg about to drop, why the hell would they come out with this? Like, don't oversaturate the market with shark movies where by the time the Meg does come out, nobody's gonna care. Honestly, I don't have high hopes for the Meg either. Like, I mean, to me, Jaws was the definitive shark movie ever, and nothing will ever top that. So even with the Meg and Jason Statham, I'm expecting somewhat of a good time. But this here, like, this should not even have been dropped. Like, I don't know who the hell thought it was a good idea to make Deep Blue Sea 2, but nah, thumbs down. I'm gonna give Deep Blue Sea 2 a F. And that's something I really don't do. I don't like giving Fs, but this movie, had it had this movie took itself for what it was and just said, okay, we're a B shark movie. Let's just have fun and push the envelope with how ridiculous we can make this, I probably would have gave it a higher grade. But because they actually try to make a serious thriller, and there were some gore elements, there were some slasher elements to it, and it's just a bad movie, man. If you trust my judgment, even though I've made some bad calls before, but don't hold that against me, but avoid this movie at all costs, alright? Do not watch Deep Blue Sea 2. That's all I can say. So thank you for watching. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.